you're 16 through college, honestly, and you feel pressure that all these teachers, parents, and everyone around you is pressuring you to do the traditional route. Either go to college or work a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life. And honestly, to me, it didn't appeal to me to work a job for the rest of your life and have a boss, or go to college and get a job that pays you fairly okay, and you just work the rest of your life to pay off that debt that you got 20 years before all that. I used to play soccer. My parents always wanted me to play soccer. They wanted me to go pro. But it started to feel like more of a job than a passion. So I made a tough decision myself to quit. And I always had this dream inside of my head to really, I wanted to retire my parents someday. So I got a job to get some cash flow in, but it confirmed the idea to me that, like, having a boss and having to have constant permission to even use the bathroom, it kept me up at night. I of course was grateful that it gave me, it got me some cash flow so I can invest in myself. But sooner rather than later, I started investing in myself in these courses online. I see everyone flexing their lifestyle, flexing their watches, flexing their chains, flexing their cars, everything. And so I get hooked, and it just sounds like you. Just listen up. I get hooked and I invest in 1,000. I invest a lot of money, honestly, for a guy that's just having a, regular part-time job. And I've noticed that, like, they're just selling you a dream that you can't achieve without investing more money into them. All it is a laundering. It's just more and more cash flow for them. They give you as little as bare minimum as they can to make it seem like it's a great idea, but then leave you blank. And most of the creators don't even have like a personal interaction with you. They don't make you feel like you are known, like, as a person. And they don't care how you feel as a person. They just say, do this, and you'll make $10,000 a month. But they don't know how you are day to day. They don't know the stresses you go through. They don't know how to fix this mindset to really become that person who has those $10,000, who walks around with confidence, who is able to attract all this money to them, And at the time, I was still in high school. I felt lost. I honestly didn't know if I had a purpose. I dropped soccer, I played for my whole entire life. My parents weren't with me. I was working a part-time job, and I didn't want to go to college, so it just looked really uncertain. But of course, I committed myself to doing this online entrepreneur space, which is why you're seeing me do this video. But I felt like I had no purpose. I'm chasing this money, I'm chasing this wealth, I'm chasing this freedom, but it's like, what then after that? Because I always see people, they're like, after the money, after the cars, after all the women, whatever, they don't even feel fulfilled inside. And that's something I always felt like. I'm a pretty emotional guy, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I always have been. And I always love to feel good inside, okay? And so I lacked purpose. I lacked a clear purpose of what I'm supposed to do in this world. And at the time, I was distant from God. I was surrounded by the wrong people, and everyone around me was just, there's no God. There was no, the divine power that would lead me to align myself with my higher self, to align me with my purpose. But none of these courses, none of the teachers, nothing in this world, around me at the time, led me towards God and led me towards fixing my mindset, led me towards becoming a better person before I even, dream about having all this stuff. And of course, you can always dream. I didn't mean it like that. It's just, you always want to become a better person yourself so you can attract, the thing that you want. If you want $10,000 profit per month, you want to become that person who can, attract that in their lives. So the money, the wealth, the freedom, the traveling, that's all a byproduct of who you became or who you are. And so luckily I was able to find a community that really, really trusted me and really, really put some love and, connection around me. It was called Brotherhood. John, Gab, Alessandro, one of my, Caesar, they're top 3 coaches I've ever had. Best coaches. I mean, I showed you guys them, and I showed you guys Alessandro and John, previous videos, but best coaches I could ever ask for. I really do feel like God led me towards them, and that's number one. Step number one is to really build a relationship with God, and that's where I'm at right now. I found my purpose because I built a relationship with God. People around me led me towards Him. I cleaned out my circle. I became a much better version of myself, and I have a clear plan and vision of who I need to become and what I'm going to be living like. How is my life going to be living like? And it's all thanks to God. And so it's just everything between me when I was 16 and now that I'm 18. It's just it's just me transforming into a better and better version of myself. But one thing that I like to do is also look back in my life, and I'm like, I like to see what God, like all the connections, like, oh, God made me do this to learn this guy, to see this guy, to whatever. And I want you guys to understand that too. God's going to make you go through challenges. He's going to make you go through tribulations. He's going to make you go have hard times. Okay? But it's all to build your character. And if you just have faith and trust in His process, because He has the perfect plan for you, do it. Just have faith and continue striving for those goals, striving for those desires. Don't idolize them. Don't let go of those desires. Let God handle that. I like saying this saying. It's let go and let God. After all that, you become the best version of yourself. You control everything within you, your own, control internally. God will deliver everything else. Just have faith. And that's where I'm at right now. And so in these videos, I'm trying to help students, college students, or even people outside of college, people who lack purpose, who are outside of college, is wondering, like, what do I do? And I say step number 1 is to find God. Step number 2, build the number one trait you should have as a person, is to be disciplined. That's all I got for the video, but thank you guys for listening. If you made it this far, please follow me on Instagram. I'll link it down below. Thank you.